And this is the exact method I used to increase my working capacity. I used to be able to do only 8 push-ups in one set. Now I can do about 25. I don't know why people don't talk about it. Hello, hello. So I often see beginners complaining about getting sore muscles after working out. And this often leads to a loss of motivation, and it makes building a consistent habit more difficult for them. If you can relate to this at all, then maybe I can help you in this video. Maybe you're an experienced athlete watching this and you work out 16 times a day and you're like, oh, what's the issue? Well, that's because you've been doing it a long time. If you're just starting out, these aches and these pains don't feel that great to begin with, and it's probably best if you can avoid them if possible. So to understand how this works and why your muscles get sore to begin with, we're going to have a little bro science lecture right now, so just bear with me. So when you push yourself hard in the gym and you're exerting a lot of force, you actually create small tears in the muscle fibers, which, once they're repaired, will lead your muscles to grow back stronger. The issue is when you push them too hard, there's too much damage to the muscle, and the next day you wake up with aches and pains, and it actually kind of limits your ability to use the muscles, overwhelming your system. But with some practice, you can learn to train your muscles just to the point of where they start creating tears and you create that stimulation which causes growth, but without going too far to the point where you wake up the next day you're like being stiff and you can't even move. We want to avoid that at all costs. It's kind of like the Goldilocks effect. You want to work out enough to produce a stimulus, but not too much that you overwork yourself. If you've been working out for a while, you kind of already know this, but a lot of beginners are never taught this, so that's why I'm here, I guess. So here are the 3 things you need to do. Firstly, only work to about 50% of your capacity. That means if your maximum is like 10 push-ups, you only need to do 5 or 6 in one set. The second thing is to utilize long rest times. It's okay to rest for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for half an hour, for an hour. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't stop you gaining muscle. There's this weird idea going around that you need to just push yourself into exhaustion and just destroy your body in order to gain muscle. It's not true. Especially in the beginning, when you're not going to be using perfect form anyway, it's better to just stay within a reasonable range, guarantee some stimulus, and go back the next day to get more and more and more. We're going for volume rather than short, intensive bursts. And this is the exact method I used to increase my working capacity. I used to be able to do only 8 push-ups in one set. Now I can do about 25. So that's a lot of abstract whatever. Let's use a concrete example to explain what I mean. If your max push-ups right now is 10 and you want to get it to 25, 30, here's what you do. You want to be doing push-ups every single day, and you want to be doing just 5 push-ups, so half of your maximum, every hour or every 2 hours, whenever is convenient for you. The good thing about push-ups is you can just do them whenever, right? You don't need a gym. So if you're studying, if you're working at the office, on the computer, just find some time every hour to go into the hall and just bump out a bunch of push-ups. But you stop doing the push-ups when they become difficult. When you get to the point where you're feeling good, you stop. Right? You only do half of your working capacity. You leave some fuel left in the tank so you can keep doing them hour after hour after hour. And what you'll notice is you start to build up a lot of volume and you're getting a lot of stimulus on the muscles. Use this method to slowly increase the number of reps you can do and increase the volume of push-ups you do each week. Now, of course, you can apply this to any exercise. I'm just using push-ups as an example because it's the one that I've used. You'll have a much easier time and similar results by building up your working capacity slowly over a period of months or even a year. So use this method if you wish. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to not miss future videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.